Welcome. In front of me, or well, technically on my lap, I have a Pico 4. So this is the brand new device headset from Pico, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit excited about this. I do like VR myself. I do dabble in it quite frequently, so this is actually like something that I'm interested in. And this device itself is also pretty nice. It's I guess I would compare it probably to a upgrade or substitution, or I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but it could compare to something like a Quest 2, which I have right here. But there's a couple differences. Whoops. So number one, it's going to be running Pico software, meaning you won't be having as many apps accessible on the environment as you do on the Oculus, which is a little bit of a downside, but the headset itself is a upgrade, or at least what I would consider an upgrade. And you will see that in a second. If you haven't seen anything about this device before, it's pretty nice. So anyway, I just popped it straight open. I do need to grab my little knife and pop off the foil. There we go. Actually, before I start ripping, I'm gonna touch upon a couple things that they're displaying right here. So there's a couple titles that are already accessible on here. So we have Demio, Elven, looks like some ping pong. After the Fall, I did really like this game. Oh, and actually, if this will be uploaded in time, I do highly recommend, if you order this, if it arrives to you before the 30th of November, try to register it as quick as possible, because right now Pico is running a giveaway in a way. So if you register your Pico 4, specifically Pico 4, and not the other like Neo 2 or whatever, Pico 4, you get 3 free games with it. So highly recommend doing that, and one of them is actually After the Fall, so that is really freaking nice. Anyway, let's just pop this off and move straight to the headset. So let's see, how do I open this up? Do I slide it out? It looks like I do have to slide it out. Stand it up straight. There we go. Okay, there we go. That actually comes off. It's not holding on anything, as you can see. So I'm gonna take that lid and put it somewhere else. And here's our headset. Now, okay, that's fine. So we got the controllers. They do have some weight to it, but they do have double batteries in each, so that's actually pretty nice. So you can just pop them out. They come on this tiny little tray, pretty neat, and you slide them in. Oop. The controllers themselves feel nice. Yep, pretty good. There's the other one, same thing. Well, let's just move it to the side, and here's our headset. Now, it kind of looks like a Quest 2 with the Elite strap, but it's way better. So just set it to the side for now. I'm gonna compare them side by side just so you can see the difference when they are literally next to each other. But first, let's see what we get in here. This is just paperwork, so whatever. Drop that in here. You get a little nose plate, so you can block off light. And this, under that, looks, yep, this is for glasses. It even has this little like icon right here, just to show you that it is for glasses. We do have a charging cable, though it looks pretty short, so you won't be able to utilize it as like a for like computer charging and probably using it. I don't believe this headset has what you would consider like a link connection, like the Quest does, where you have the like cable, you can plug it into your computer and use it in a wired mode with your PC. It only supports wireless option, I believe. I could be incorrect about it though, but even if it doesn't, the cable that comes provided is way too short for that. And the charger that I got is actually not going to work for me. We are using a European right here, so it looks more like this, with these kind of like prongs, as you can see. This is, I believe, like British one. I might be incorrect, but yeah, like I said, it won't really work for me. But this is only a 20-watt charger, so I could substitute it with anything else like a Samsung charger, and it should basically work just as well. So I still should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna drop that here, put that on somewhere. There we go. Let's move over to the device. So, it doesn't really feel that much lighter than the Quest, but the most of the weight, or maybe not most of it, it's basically evenly spread to the back and the front. As you probably are aware, the Quest primarily has all of its weight at the front. It's basically the entire headset at the front and just like straps at the back. Here, Pico decided to put the battery at the back, so you have the battery right here. It's a, I believe, 5,000 something milliamps. Let me just quickly check. I do have their website open, so I can quickly glance at specifications. So this is a 5,300 milliamp hour battery at the back. Pretty nice. It charges at 20 watts, so fast charging, 20 watts, also pretty nice. And let me peel off all of this just so we can see. Oh wow, that is, I just realized, that is hilarious, to be honest. So if you look at this, let me just peel this off just so you can see a little bit better what I'm gonna kind of go about here. Bam, peel that off. You can kind of see the design. It's kind of grayish white mixture with this black, almost glass-like front plate. I'm not sure if that's glass or plastic. I'm not really interested in testing it. But this device from pictures look almost like something that Apple would produce. And these people went out of their way to basically even get those green little pull tabs that Apple has on their like iPhone boxes and put it right here. I do find it kind of funny and that it's almost plagiarized, but who cares? China. So let's peel off these little bad boys. And boop, there we go, second one. So right off the bat here, once these are peeled off, you can see this massive two lenses, pancake lenses. That's the star of the show right here. These will, well, number one, allow you to have a much smaller footprint at the front. Just see if I can take that off. There we go, I'm gonna take that off. So you can see that the headset at the front is pretty freaking small. And compare it with Quest, I'm also gonna take this off just so it's a fair comparison. You can see the like size difference. Obviously, number one, the lenses are bigger, but the actual like footprint of this headset is just way smaller. And because of that, you'll have much more comfortable experience using this. So anyway, let's just quickly go into the specs. So I'm gonna run down the list right here, looking at their website. So starting off, we're running a Qualcomm XR2 chipset, same one as Quest though, so not much of an upgrade there. In terms of like performance, I believe it might be just a little bit overclocked, but don't expect massive like leaps in quality. Then we have let me actually quickly go a little bit more in depth into this processor. So this is an 8-core processor running at 2.84 gigahertz, 7 nanometer technology. The device comes with 8 gigs of RAM, and we have two options of storage. So we have 128 and 256 gigs storage. So that's nice, though I would probably recommend going for the bigger one because you might be running out of storage. Why did this disconnect? Oh, okay, it's a nice strap. I believe there was something about like SD card support, or might have been wrong. Anyway, it looks like there is no support. We do have, in terms of wireless connection, a Wi-Fi 6 support, dual band, 5G, 5 gigahertz, 2.4, all that, Bluetooth 5.1. One thing that will be curious is if this supports, like, allows you to connect earbuds and stuff like that. That would be pretty nice. Quest didn't have that support, if I'm correct, so that's kind of a bummer. Now, anyway, moving on to display. The total resolution is 4320 by 2160. Now, per eye, because these are separate displays, we have 2000 or 2160 by 2160 displays. So these are all per eye. So you get basically like a 4K per eye, is it? And the width, I guess. No, height. It's 4K, though width is a little bit under, but still, it's a really good display. Now, the resolution right here is the same as you have on Reverb G2, and as far as I'm aware, this is probably Reverb G2 has one of the clearest lenses, where it apparently it looks super nice and clear. Though I haven't heard anybody talk about this being similar, so I will have to test it out and see how clear the image here is, but the resolution is basically the same. And when it comes down to refresh rate, we have a 72 default and 90 boosted refresh rate. So you can crank it up to 90 Hertz, which when it comes down to Quest 2, it is a bit of a drop down because Quest runs, I believe, also at 72, but it boosts all the way up to 120. So that's really nice, though 120 is only accessible in like a home environment, I believe, and you can also enable it when streaming from your PC to the headset, but obviously you need a pretty decent router for this to actually function correctly. And you most certainly won't be, or most likely won't be able to utilize this in majority of the games. Now, next, pancake lenses, nothing new. You already seen that, I already talked about it. It's one of the main points of this headset. We have 105 degrees field of view and 20.6 pixels per degree. Basically, kind of like you'd have pixels per inch on a display, normal one. On VR headset, you count it in pixels per degree. And 6 DOF positioning system, obviously inside-out tracking with the controllers right here, and the 4 or 5 cameras. So you have 4, I believe those are black and white cameras, and the one on the middle is a RGB camera at 16 megapixels. So you have basically everything that you would expect. Inside-out tracking, all that with color pass-through, which is also nice, though apparently the color pass-through isn't that great. I haven't tested it just yet. I haven't even turned this headset on, so I'm talking about it from other people that I watched before this arrived at my doorstep, so take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Anyway, moving on. We have integrated high definition or fidelity speakers and dual mic. Oh yeah, that is dual, so nice. And from what I've listened, the mic actually here sounds pretty good. I'll probably be doing some tests later on, recording this separately, and you can then get a bit of a better feel on how it sounds. And last thing, it's running Pico OS 5. I believe it actually could be 5.1 by now. So yeah, and that's basically all we have. And that's the headset. Now, I'm not gonna lie here, I am kind of biased towards it, excited. This is kind of what I've been waiting for. A kind of like a Quest 2 with pancake lenses, and this is basically it. It even looks really nice. Has a nice weight balancing with the batteries at the back, and also a wireless streaming support. Though I will mention, from what I've heard again from other people, the wireless streaming from your computer, I tend to personally do wireless, or not wireless, but I tend to do VR on PC. So I'm primarily PC VR person. I don't really like the all in the headset, just because it is gimped. A lot of fidelity. As a PC gamer, I like to have everything cranked up to the max. And while Quest is nice and all, I would always plug it in, preferably. And I don't really use Quest, actually. I do use Rift S, which, when it comes down to comparing these two, I do like Rift S more over the Quest, just because it's way more comfortable. And that was my biggest problem with the Rift, not Rift, the Quest and Quest 2. The comfort, the weight at the front was just way too much for extended period of time, and as a person that didn't really have problems with the motion and the headset, I didn't get like nauseated or anything. It was just fine straight from the get-go. I could wear the headset for hours at a time, and wearing this at the front of your face makes your face hurt after just like 2 hours or so. So this is not a headset that I will be wearing for extended period of time. While Rift S I could wear entire day and not have a single problem with it. Obviously, if I clamp it too hard, it would probably make my head hurt, but whatever. That's kind of how hard you clamp it down. But this is basically what I would probably expect to be in similar comfort level to Rift S, maybe not as much, but having the benefit of being way smaller and also wireless. Though I think for the wireless part, from what I've heard, using Virtual Desktop will be a better alternative over their dedicated software that they have. I'll test it out later on and make a video entirely dedicated to like the setup right here, the just quality of streaming and stuff like that, just so everybody can see. Actually, I'm gonna record how it looks like in the headset, just so you can see how this differ between, like, for instance, just dedicated PC VR on a cable from, as an example, Rift S, which is what I will be using for the most part, and streaming through this. When it came down to Quest 2, streaming, even though it could be ran at a higher resolution, didn't look as good as Rift S, even though the resolution is higher. So I am curious how this will be right here. But anyway, with this being said, obviously I'm super excited for this headset. I'll be making videos about it, and if you found this video helpful, my overview of it, just like spec look, maybe info, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.